we finally moved in, so I'd like to show you that process in this video of how far we've come in the last couple weeks and the things we did. We've come a long ways with this house. This is what it looked like at the beginning. If you haven't been following along, these are some of this clip from one of my first videos. But here we are, moved in. I've still got a lot of work to do yet, especially on the outside, getting that all covered up, but we're able to stay warm and dry inside and have a couple electrical outlets, etc., and trim pieces that he put on inside. So I got started with the trim upstairs, and this is the process for that. Got it cut out of just these boards that I bought. They're actually the same boards I use for my floor and a lot of the other parts of my house. And then after I got them cut out, I stained them the same color as my downstairs floor. So here's kind of how that worked. Put them along the side and marked them where they ran into the where they came out past the wall, and then put trim pieces around the outside edge so it's all trimmed up and got that looking finished. And then for my master bedroom, I decided to make it a little bigger. I wanted to make it a bit grander. My wife really likes to put plants on windowsills, etc. So I built a deeper windowsill here and a deeper window all around because we had more space here. This wall at this end is probably about 8 feet tall, 2 meters or 2.5 meters tall. Or 6 feet tall probably. But so it has the room to put a bigger boards there, and then got started staining it after I got everything put together. And this is kind of that. The stain I used was oil-based stain. It worked really well. I was glad to find some online that was oil-based, and then trim nailed these boards to the windowsill and made sure they were all lined up and square and proper. Then I got to work after we got this done. I got to work cutting the trim and make sure it was all fitting properly, and stained that also and tacked it in. I just used 3cm by 5cm trim for this part of the addition because the roof is so low. I didn't want to put too big of trim in there. I thought it would look a little awkward. I think it worked out just fine for this smaller trim. Got that put in and cut around the steps here. And got it nice and square. And there's that bedroom window, and then we stained some of the beams upstairs. After that, we got to work at installing the ceiling fan. I cut this block to put the ceiling fan on. It's actually been kind of wobbling loose, so I'm gonna later probably make a triangle type shape up there with another 4x4 coming down to attach it to so that it holds solid. This block had some cracks in it, and the board the wood was not that solid, so there it is, working good to help keep the heat downstairs. And I got the stain or varnish on the floor downstairs. I didn't get much of a video of that, but that's some pictures of what it looked like after we'd done that. And then got to work at putting this little half wall where the kitchen is kind of a J shape, so built this wall up to cover the back of the fridge. You'll see that later, how that looks with the fridge there in the cabinets. I made it so that you we wouldn't have to look at the back of the cabinets, and got to work after that cutting in the sink. Now our sink was really big. My wife likes a big sink, so it was too big for my exact cabinet underneath, so I had to actually cut into the next one. So I moved my cabinets around a little bit so I could cut into the next cabinet and still work out, and it actually works great for a trash bin now. But I got my little jigsaw and started cutting that out for a space to put my sink. And this is kind of, yeah, well, this is what that looks like. I need to get a different hinges for the door down below because the sink kind of runs into the hinges, but there's that. And putting the sink in is a ceramic sink we bought that's, or not ceramic, it's I forget what they're called, composite sink, and that it fit into place nicely and looked great. And I was really happy with the faucet we were able to find. It's fairly cheap. It's cheaper than a lot of the other faucets, but I was able to find this one online, and I thought it looked really good, and it's been working quite well for us, and fits with the look of everything else. And we also installed the stove and a bunch of other things, but I'll give you a tour around and show you what we got done and how it looks now. We were able to find this table and chairs secondhand, and they fit in nicely. The bench worked nicely for the kids to stand on as they eat. And that's a look around the kitchen there. And then also a look at our bathroom. I'm going to probably put a video of the full build of the bathroom. I've got all the videos together, but I just need to compile it into one video. And then this is the view from coming in the door, the hall, and into our living room. And then here's our bedroom. So I'm planning on putting a bookshelf wall across right there with a door from the original house in for our bedroom, and then for the girls' bedroom also on the other side, and make that play area and balcony kind of looking down. Thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing, liking, commenting. I do plan to keep posting videos of the rest of the process of rebuilding this property outside. So we get the stucco done outside and getting kind of the farm built with the barn and a bunch of the garden areas